Good morning, students. Today we will learn about various kind of phyla of non-chordates. So let's start with the first phyla, that is Porifera. Now the features of Porifera are as follows. Grade of organization. They have cellular level of organization. It means there are only cells. Cells are not aggregated to form tissues, and tissues are not aggregated to form organ. Symmetry. They are either asymmetrical, which means body cannot be divided into two parts by any plane, or radial symmetry. It means body can be divided into two parts by two planes. Germ layers. Germ layers, they are diploblastic. It means they develop from two germ layers that are ectoderm and endoderm. And inside the ectoderm and endoderm is present mesoglea. Digestive system. Digestive system is absent. Instead, a canal system is present. A canal system helps to transport food to whole part of their body. So digestive system is absent. Instead, canal system is present, which transports food to all part of their body. Respiratory system is also absent, and respiration is by canal system. So respiratory system is also absent, and respiration is also by canal system. Circulatory system is also absent, and circulation is also by the canal system. Excretion is also absent, and excretion is also by the canal system. In reproduction, they reproduce asexually by fragmentation. They are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means bisexual. It means they have both male and female sex organ in one individual. They have internal fertilization. Internal fertilization means the fusion of egg and the sperm take place inside the female body. Now let us see unique features of phylum Porifera. In Porifera, there are millions of minute pores, and these minute pores are known as ostia. So there are millions of minute pores in the body of the Porifera, which are known as ostia. Body cavity of the Porifera is known as spongocele. Body cavity is known as spongocele, and this spongocele is lined by some certain type of cells which are known as collar cells or chenocytes. So the body cavity is spongocele, which is lined by collar cells or chenocytes. Body is made up of spicules. They are made up of spicules and spongin fiber. So body is made up of spicule and spongin fiber. Example of Porifera are cycon and Euspongia. Now let us talk about the second phyla of non-chordate, that is Cnidaria. Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Cnidaria is also known as Coelenterata. Grade of organization is again tissue level. They also have tissue level of organization. Symmetry is radial, so body can be divided into equal halves by any plane. Germ layers, they are diploblastic. Diploblastic means that the body is developed from two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. Coelom, they are acoelomate, so a body cavity or coelom is absent. Digestive system. Digestive system is incomplete. So digestive system is incomplete means they have single opening which serve as both mouth and anus. Digestion can be intracellular, which means within the cell, or extracellular, means digestion which take place outside the cell. So intracellular digestion take place within the cell, and extracellular take place outside the cell. Respiratory system is absent. Circulatory system is also absent. If we look at the reproductive system, there are two stages present in the reproductive system, that are polyp and medusa. So in reproductive stage, they exist in two forms, polyp and medusa. Polyp, it is a tubular asexual form. Polyp is a asexual form, whereas medusa is a sexual form. Polyp is having upwardly directed mouth and tentacles. So in the individual of polyp stage, there would be upwardly directed mouth and tentacles, whereas Medusa has downwardly directing mouth and tentacles. Polyp is tubular, asexual stage. Medusa is umbrella-like and free-swimming and sexual stage. Polyp produce medusa asexually, whereas medusa produce polyp sexually. So there are two stages, polyp and medusa. Polyp, which is an asexual stage, medusa, which is a sexual stage. The polyp will produce medusa asexually and medusa will produce polyp sexually. Continuing with the reproduction of Cnidaria, sexes are separate, means they are unisexual. External fertilization is present, means fusion of male and female gamete occurs outside the body of the female. Special features: they have tentacles with cyanidoblasts. Cyanidoblasts are the stinging cells which help in defense mechanism. These cyanidoblasts or stinging cells have a poisonous field capsule which is known as nematocyst, and it takes part in defense mechanism. So because of the presence of cyanidoblasts, the stinging cells, they are known as Cnidaria. The body cavity is known as cylindron, which has a single opening for mouth and anus. Example of cylindrata are Hydra, Obelia, Aurelia, Physalia, etc. Now let us talk about the third phylum, that is Ctenophora. Ctenophora is also known as comb jellies or sea walnut. They are also known as comb jellies or sea walnut. Grade of organization. Ctenophora have tissue level of organization. Symmetry. The symmetry of Ctenophora is radial, that is, body can be divided into two equal halves by any plane. They are diploblastic, means they develop from two germ layers, the ectoderm and the endoderm. Coelom, they are acoelomate, that means body cavity or coelom, which is the space between the body wall and the gut wall, is absent. Digestive system is incomplete, which means that they have a single opening for mouth and anus. They have both intracellular and extracellular digestion, which means digestion takes place within the cell in intracellular digestion and outside the cell in extracellular digestion. Respiratory system is absent. Circulatory system is also absent. If we talk about the reproduction, then reproduction is only sexual. Only sexual mode of reproduction is present. They are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means they are bisexual, means both male and female sex organ are present in the same individual. External fertilization means fusion of gametes occur outside the body of the female. Development is indirect. Indirect development means they have a larva stage which is present in them. First, a larva would be formed and then they would develop into an adult individual. That is known as indirect development. Locomotion is by 8 rows of plates, and these 8 rows of plates are known as comb plates. That is why they are known as comb jellies. So locomotion occurs by 8 rows of comb plates, and they show bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means they emit light. They have the property to emit light, which is known as bioluminescence. The example of Ctenophora are Ctenopluna and Pleurobrachia. Coming on to the next phyla, that is Platyhelminthes. So next phyla is Platyhelminthes, which are also known as flatworms. Platyhelminthes are also known as flatworms. Grade of organization. They have organ system level of organization, means cells are aggregated into tissues, Tissues are aggregated into organs, and organs are aggregated into organ system. Symmetry. They have bilateral symmetry. It means body can be divided into two equal halves by only one plane. They are triploblastic, means now they develop from three germ layers. They have three germ layers that are ectoderm, endoderm, and between them is present another layer that is mesoderm. Digestive system is incomplete, which means they have a single opening for mouth and anus. Respiratory and circulatory system is absent. Very important is the excretory system. Excretion, it takes place by special cells which are known as flame cells. So excretion takes place by special cells known as flame cells. Unique features. They are known as flatworms because the body is flattened from both the above side and the below side. So they are dorso-ventrally flattened, means body is flat both on the upper side and on the lower side. That is why they are known as flatworms. They have hook and suckers in parasitic forms. The parasitic forms have hook and suckers by which they absorb nutrient from the host. So the parasitic form which lives on the body of the host have hook and suckers by which they absorb nutrient from the host. Example are tapeworm, which scientific name is Taenia solenium, and Phaseola, which is known as liver fluke, and Planaria. Planaria has high power of regeneration. Let us study now the next phylum, that is Escal Mentis. Escal Mentis phylum is also known as Mentis and roundworm. So Escal Mentis include roundworm and it is also known as Mentis. Let us look at the features. Grade of organization is organ system level. It has bilateral symmetry, which means body can be divided into two equal halves by only one plane. They are triploblastic, having three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesoderm. Coelom. They are pseudocoelomate, means they have false coelom. False coelom is a coelom which is not derived from the mesoderm. Digestive system. Digestive system is complete. They have complete digestive system. That means they have separate opening for mouth and anus. Reproduction. Sexes are separate, means they are dioecious, although the word dioecious is used in plants. Internal fertilization, which means fusion of male and female gamete take place inside the body of female. Development can be direct. If development is direct, it means no larval stage is present, or it can be indirect. If development is indirect, it means larval stage is present. Let us look at its unique features. In unique features, it has syncytial epidermis. Syncytial epidermis means the epidermis is multi-nucleated, and it is that epidermis which is multi-nucleated is known as syncytial epidermis. So they have syncytial epidermis. They have a thick covering over the body which is of cuticle. They have thick cuticle covering over the body. They show sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism means that male and female can be easily distinguishable. We can easily recognize which is male and which is female. It is because female are longer than males, so we can easily recognize them. Example are Ascaris, that are roundworm, and Wuchereria, that is the filarial worm. Now let us talk about another phylum, that is Annelida. Annelida are also known as segmented or ringed worm animals. So next phylum is Annelida, which are known as segmented or ringed worm animals. Grade of organization. They have organ system level of organization. Symmetry. They are bilateral, means body can be divided into two equal halves by only one plane. Germ layer. They are triploblastic, having three germ layer: ecto, endo, and mesoderm. They are eucoelomate, means they have true coelom in which body cavity and the gut wall has a cavity which is known as coelom, and it is lined by mesoderm. So they have true coelom. Digestive system is complete. Digestive system is complete. Respiration, it can be cutaneous, that means by the general body surface, by the skin. If the respiration occurs by skin, it is known as cutaneous, or brachial respiration, which occur through gills. Excretory system, excretion takes place with the help of nephridia. This is very important. Excretion take place with the help of nephridia. Unique features, they have true segmentation, means they have metamerism, means body is externally and internally divided into segments. They have longitudinal and circular muscles which contract and help in locomotion. So longitudinal and circular muscle contract and help in the locomotion. Locomotory organs are known as setae and parapodia. So locomotory organs are setae and parapodia. Example of annelida are earthworm, that is Ferritima, Posthuma, and leech, that is Hirudinaria. Now let us talk about another phylum, that is Arthropoda. Arthropoda is the largest phylum and it includes all insects. It is also known as joint-legged animals because here the appendages or the legs are joint at one or the other point. Grade of organization. They have organ system level of grade of organization. Symmetry. They are bilateral symmetrical. Germ layer. They are triploblastic. Coelom. They are eucoelomate. Respiratory system. Respiration occur by gills, book gills, trachea or book lungs. Excretion. Excretion is by antennary glands, Malpighian tubules or coaxial glands. Now, unique features of Arthropoda are as follows. They have joint legs or joint appendages, which I have already told you. The legs are joined at one or the other point, so they are known as joint-legged animals, or they have joint appendages. Body can be divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. So body is divided into three parts, that is head, thorax, and abdomen. Sensory organ. They have antennae, for example, which are found in cockroaches. They have compound eye. They have simple eye, or they have stetocyst, which is a balancing organ. Example are apis, which is the honeybee, mosquito, and housefly. Now let us talk about the next phylum, that is Mollusca. Mollusca are known as soft-bodied animals. They are known as soft-bodied animals. They have organ system level of organization. They have bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic. They are eucoelomate. Respiration. If the mollusk is aquatic, means it lives in water, then respiration is by gill. If the mollusk is terrestrial, which means it lives on land, then type of respiration is pulmonary. Excretion. Excretion is by metanephridia. So excretion take place by metanephridia. Unique features. Body is divisible into three parts, that are head, visceral mass, and a muscular foot. So body is divided into three parts, head, visceral mass, and muscular foot. On the top of the visceral mass, there is a covering known as mantle. So mantle is a membranous covering that covers the visceral mass. It covers the visceral mass. Body is also covered by a shell of calcium, that is known as calcareous shell. Mollusks have presence of radula, which is a rasping organ which function as mouth of the mollusk. Example of the mollusks are PHYLA, that is apple snail, and octopus, which is known as devilfish. Now let's start with the next phylum, that is Echinodermata. Echinodermata are known as spiny skinned animals because the body is covered by spines for protection. So they are known as spiny skinned organism. They have organ system level of organization. Symmetry. Symmetry is very important. Symmetry is radial in adult but bilateral in larva. So symmetry is radial in adult but bilateral in larva. Germ layers, they are triploblastic. Coelom, they are eucoelomate, which means they have true coelom. Respiration takes place by tube feet. Diffusion occurs through gills. So excretory system, in excretory system, diffusion occurs through gills. Body are covered by spine for protection, which I have already told you. They have presence of endoskeleton, which is made up of calcium. So they have calcareous endoskeleton is present. They have a water vascular system. Inside the water vascular system, sea water enter through porous plate called madreporite. So the sea water will enter through the porous plate which would be present in the body. The body will have small pores in them through which sea water will enter, and these pores are known as madreporite. They show regeneration. Example is starfish. Now let us study the last phylum, last non-chordate phylum, that is Hemi Codata. Hemi Codata has organ system level of organization. It is bilaterally symmetrical. It is triploblastic. It is having true coelom, so it is eucoelomate or coelomate. Respiration occurs by gills. Excretion occurs by proboscis gland. This is important. Excretion occurs by proboscis gland. Unique feature, they have worm-like body which is composed of proboscis, a collar and a trunk. So it has worm-like body. It consists of three parts: a proboscis, a collar and a trunk. Example is Blanoglossus.